Guys, welcome to the Notorious.tv. This is where I cover stories that are scandalous, eccentric, and over the top. Today, I'm continuing my coverage of the Texas hemp ban, which is in the fourth quarter. Will we see a veto from Governor Abbott? Will this go into overtime with a special session where lawmakers are made to regulate the industry rather than ban it? Or will Greg Abbott just take a passive approach and let SB3 become law without his signature? Let's talk about it. The past week, we've seen in the news the smoke shop warehouses that have been raided in North Texas. And it's honestly been a really busy week for me, so I haven't been able to completely dive into this. But all I can say is that the timing of this is no coincidence. Whoever controls the media controls the mind. These people are in cahoots with Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick. I guarantee it. This is an intentionally timed PR stunt, making a last-ditch effort to tarnish the image of the legal hemp industry in Texas. So let's see what the Dallas Observer has to say. Unless vetoed, a sweeping THC ban will go into effect in Texas on September 1st, and all manufacturers and retailers of consumable hemp-derived THC products will have to remove the items from their shelves. Until then, Allen Police Chief Steve Dye continues to conduct raids to seize illegally potent products, anything higher than the 0.3% concentration limit. The chief led his department in conjunction with the Drug Enforcement Administration in executing search warrants for 3 wholesale smoke shop warehouses on Tuesday. They seized an estimated 75,000 pounds of THC products and $7 million worth of cash and assets, according to CBS News. Okay, let me stop right here because the fact that the DEA is involved is absolutely hilarious to me, because in my previous documentary about the ATX bud tenders raid in Austin, I'll link that above so you can check it out. But in that story, the DEA allegedly led the raid also, according to my source at the Travis County Sheriff's Office. And guess what's happened to ATX bud tenders a year and a half post-raid? Nothing, except they stole their weed and their money. And ATX Bud Tenders continues to operate as usual. They're probably busier now than ever. So to me, this sounds like more wasted taxpayer money going towards useless raids that will never amount to anything. But let's continue. These search warrants were the result of several months of investigation, during which undercover officers on multiple occasions purchased illegal THC products directly from the warehouses, Allen Police said to CBS News, which filmed parts of the raid in collaboration with the department. Oh, of course they called the media. Hey guys, we're going to be doing a raid. We would love if you guys just came down and filmed it and put it on the news. Can we assist you in setting up your cameras? These purchases provided critical evidence supporting today's enforcement actions. Texas state labs use a method called gas chromatography to test THC products, meaning that the evidence they've been gathering is tainted. And here's why. Gas chromatography involves heating the sample, which can convert THCA, a non-psychoactive precursor to THC, into THC during the testing process. This can potentially lead to legal products containing THCA being classified as illegal based on the converted THC levels. So that's exactly what is happening here. The 3 wholesalers owners, Monster Smoke Warehouse, Frontline Wholesale, and Canify Distribution, were also served search warrants at their residential properties across North Texas. According to Monster Smoke Warehouse's attorney, David Sergi, no arrests have been made as of June 18th. Now, Sergi represents several smoke shops and wholesalers across Texas that have been subject to police raids. So I personally have full faith that David Sergi will fight ruthlessly for these businesses. I've had the pleasure of interviewing him several times on the Texas Hemp Show podcast, which I co-host. And I also want to give a plug to Blazed magazine that was just published. I have a few articles in the June edition, and the issue is just packed full of the latest news regarding this critical time in the Texas hemp industry. So I'll put a link to the June issue in the comments for y'all so you can check that out. But let's continue with this article. It's not the first time. The recent raids assisted by the DEA are part of a large-scale initiative spearheaded by Dye, who has described hemp products as a plague. Just 7 months after being sworn in as chief, he led his team in raiding 9 smoke shops in August of 2024. The chief traveled to Austin several times during the 89th legislative session to campaign for Senate Bill 3, the THC ban measure. In one of his testimonies at the Capitol, the chief was caught exaggerating the severity of THC intoxication in his jurisdiction, claiming illegally potent products had resulted in 2 deaths. A local sleuth requested the death records Dye had referenced and found that both individuals had died from opiate overdoses. The false allegations of fatal effects have been echoed by the Senate leader, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, who matches Dye's fervency in ridding the state of THC products and passionately pursued SB3's passage the entirety of the session. Okay, so it's crazy that this is the last detail in the story. This should be the headline. Where is this in the news? This is the propaganda that they're using to brainwash people to support and get behind their hemp ban. How is this not front page news across Texas? It's absolutely unconscionable. Anyway, what do you think is going to happen? Will we see a veto? Will we see a special session? Or will we see apathy from the governor to passively let the bill become law without his signature? Honestly, that would tick me off the most because it's like, pick a side, Greg. You know, you can't please everyone. It's time to do what's right. And I think the best thing that could happen is that this gets a veto and we just revisit it in 2 years' time, with the governor instructing the lawmakers to spend the next 2 years actually researching this plant and this industry. I mean, if they went and watched all of the Texas Hemp Show and Blazed Weekly News podcasts, they would learn all they need to know. It's not hard. The information is out there. So do your jobs and learn something, lawmakers. That's all for now. Be sure to do me a solid and like, share, comment, and subscribe. I will see y'all next time when SB3 is hopefully a figment of the past.